Hello to everyone at the sign of Cancer. I am here today to give you your message for July 2023. It is a very interesting month because there is a lot of astrological placements that are happening that are kind of making us extremely hopeful of change and expansion, but also being a little impulsive and everything going all over the place. And actually, a lot of things from the past revealing themselves back into our lives so that we can close the last chapters in our lives. So keep that in mind. So, starting off, we're talking about July 4th, which is the Neptune retrograde in Aries. Why is this significant? Neptune is the energy of deep hidden truths, our unconscious self, the things we don't show people. And when it's in retrograde, it's kind of like we show our ass. Is all I'm going to say. We show our ass. In other words, the energy of Aries has to do with the emperor energy, the leadership energy, the masculine energy, kind of revealing themselves completely to us. And this is internal. So we're revealing ourselves to us, the darker, negative, masculine, possessive energies, but we're also revealing it from the world around us, right? And so some people might be revealing themselves to us. And this energy will be from July 4th all the way till December 9th. So this is a good time of revelation. All right. So let's see how this is going to be affecting you, my Cancers. Okay. The first thing we have is the ant, and it says work, achievement, and success in your career. So you're going to be working hard and you're going to be achieving a lot of stuff with this energy. But then look at this skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. I'm going to have to figure out more about this hidden secrets that can harm you because that's interesting that showed up. But here it looks like you're going to be very much focused on on work. But I do believe it's worth because I said it, right? On your self-worth, on your work, on the things that you want to achieve and the success that you want to have in your life. Everything leaning towards your career, the person that you want to show up as in the world. But here is hidden secrets can harm you. What is that all about? Hierophant. When the Hierophant came out, all I thought was at work. And then we have 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, Princess of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Okay, I felt that when I saw the Princess of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck, we have the Princess of Swords. And the Princess of Wands. Shut up. There's too much. Okay, there's too much immature energy around you and you're not even aware of it. Actually, this is the 4 pillars that I'm seeing here. Hidden truths that can harm you. The first thing I'm seeing. I thought it was work because the Hierophant has to do with an organization, a group, an affiliation. It can be church, it can be like businesses, things like that. But in this case, because we followed it with the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands, both of them are talking about family. Okay? So 10 of Pentacles can be a home of wealth for your future, for your descendants, blah, 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 etc., etc. But in this case, no, it's talking about your lineage, your family, the group in which you have invested your whole entire, and you have your wealth you're from, right? The 4 of Wands have to do with your foundational people. So these two have to do with family. And if you're thinking about family, then the Hierophant has to be with the family unit. So this is the family unit. Things that are hidden are coming from the family unit. Okay? That might harm you. It's all the family. Okay? And what they're not showing you is this energy right here. We have 3 women and a man on this energy. There's 3 women and a man in your family unit. 3 women that are extremely immature. One of them is the Page of Pentacles. That's a person that gives you a lot, that offers you a lot, but they have hidden intentions with them. So you have the Page of Wands, the energy of like impulsively reacting because they are hurt or they're whatever. And then we have the Princess of Swords, which is a person that, likes to use their tongue to hurt other people and likes to gossip and talk behind people's back. But it's also a person that's always spying. And then there is a Knight of Cups. And I hate the Knight of Cups because, I mean, I know some people love offer, blah, blah, blah. No, bullshit. Knight of Cups is the energy of the picaflor for me. The picaflor is the hummingbird. They go from flower to flower to flower. This person will only show love to you because they need something off of you. And once they got it, they're deuces. So we have 3 women and a man that are all freaking immature. The man is more mature than the 3 women. So he's a little bit smarter in his approach towards you, right? And the women are a little bit easier to see that they're underhanded deals. But all 3 of them have secret intentions against you. And what it is this energy of the 6 of Pentacles. They see that you're balanced. They see that you're in this energy of the King of Swords, where um, you're taking no prisoners, right? You're taking no prisoners and stuff like that. And right now, what they're doing is the Princess of Cups. This is them, what they're doing. And that's interesting because now we have all 4 princesses, which is all 4 pages, all 4 immature people, which is the 4 of wands that are around you. And the Princess of Cups is like they're trying to pour love into you to break the hard shell that you have at this moment with the King of Swords so that you can share some of the wealth that is coming towards you because of all the effort that you put in. It reminds me of the story of the grasshopper and the ant. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. But it's kind of real just that grasshopper spent the whole entire summer like farting around and having a good time while the ant is collecting. And then winter comes and it dies out. It's outside and it's dying because it didn't prepare itself for winter. And that's what I'm feeling with these fools. It's like they're immature. They're hoping that everything they didn't do that you did, they can cash out on by showing you a little bit of petty love. And this is this energy of the Princess of Cups, which is literally breadcrumbing. Um, I wouldn't trust, but that's coming up in July for you. And so if that's coming up, then that's a wound that you have where you usually give up your happiness for breadcrumbs. And it's like you need to know your worth to know that I don't accept breadcrumbs. Okay. Next thing that comes out is the energy of the full moon in Capricorn that will be July 10th. And this is where we're going from one story to the other. July 10th goes from the 7th to the 14th. And the Capricorn full moon for me is a revelation of your inner wounds. And it reveals itself by an aha moment where you're like, oh my God, this is what they do all the time. In this case that I'm just finished telling you. Or it can be a situation where you receive like a hit from the universe, like something that really hits you hard, that hurts your emotions, that hurts your feelings, blah, 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 etc. And the reason it hurts you is because it's trying to teach you to finally close the door to this chapter. I'm feeling like the old comes back so strongly. July has so much of the old shit coming back to see if you're going to fall down that slippery slide again and make yourself fall back into your past, you know? So be mindful not to do that. But let's see about this full moon energy. Look at that. And we have the dragon. And the dragon for me, look at that. It's talking about passion, but this is the energy of an attack. And it says the dragon is a reminder of your strong will and fiery personality. It is also a symbol of passion and fire, which is a lot of influence in this month. Okay. You are being asked to practice self-control and be cautious so that your passion doesn't lead you into trouble. And I feel like the passion that might lead you into trouble is falling back into the pattern of being around this family unit that literally does not have your best interest in heart. And that's interesting because I didn't show you the bottom of the deck. And let me pull that out for you. And that's the strength card. And for me, the strength card is, and after it is the 10 of cups. Okay. The Strength card is literally dominating your inner demons. In other words, dominating your inner dragons and your passions, and realizing that not everything that shines is gold, not every offer that's given to you is a good one, and that some people just really, they wish they could feel good. I'm happy um, for you, but they can't because their jealousy overtakes them. It's, it's all I keep feeling with this group of crazed people. All right, let me see more on this passion than the dragon. 13, death card. And look, these came out sideways, and that's very significant. Okay? There's a transformation happening. There's a death card happening, right? With these two that came out sideways. So this can either be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you do it. If it's upright, we have people taking your money, Five of Pentacles, and because you get trapped in the same cycle because you let them get in your head, Eight of Swords. Or they don't take your money because you don't allow them to get in your head. Because it came out sideways, the interpretation depends on you controlling your passions. Okay? These people taking you for a fool enough times, it's time for you to wake up. On the bottom of the deck, this is your temptation. I mean, the double card. Really? Like, can we say anything more clear? You can easily fall into temptation. It's because you're doing the work, things are working out for you, but you have a family unit that legit wants you to go down that rabbit hole. Are you going to let yourself fall? Is my question to you, my child. Next thing is the Venus entering Leo, and this is the passion energy. Venus entering Leo is your desire paired up with your ego. If you're healthy, if you're sound, if you're not wounded, this means you're going to listen to your heart and you're going to go for what's going to be for your greatest good and your divine purpose. If you're not healthy, if you have codependency issues, if you have childhood trauma, and we all have some shit. But if we let that control us, or the passions with the ego, we will fall back into bad habits that will affect us negatively. So see, this is why I'm seeing this energy of those two cards being sideways, because not all of you guys are in the same boat. Not all of you guys have worked on the same things. And I feel like some of you might fall while others you won't. It just depends on the collective and the person that you are and how much work you've invested on yourself to heal. Okay? Wow. First thing we have right off the bat is the king. And the second thing is a warrior. I mean, enough said. Enough said, okay? Because what I'm feeling here is that in this energy of the Venus and Leo, you either step up to the plate or you can get tempted by the serpent and lose it by a false light. There is a difference between the devil you're seeing here and the little rainbow false light around here that has this serpent and a gem in the middle that is false, and the seal in your hand, in the palm of your hand, that was ascribed to you at birth by God, and all the light that encircles you in this card, giving you strength in your root chakra, in your sacral space, in your solar plexus, and bringing you to divine light. And that's the center where it's so light and almost white. I'm feeling this energy of letting you know that you either are going to be fighting a war the rest of your life because you enter into this, fall into your passions. So you're constantly striving and fighting and defeating so you can get a little stint of light, or you seal yourself up, right? You seal your blessings up. You hold your pearls of knowledge and you open up your energy for you. Does that make sense? I'm feeling like I'm asking somebody here to be a little more selfish. But it's not selfish in a toxic way. I feel like somebody has been a little too, I just realized I put these in the wrong deck. Anyways, a little bit too giving, a little bit too accepting, a little bit too trying to give people advice, trying to help them, trying to move them forward when these freaking fools don't want the advice. They just want to take from you. Like, why do I have to do all that work you did? You did the work. Just keep me alive. Again, it's like, and one of the things I don't agree with that story of the ant and um, the grasshopper is that the ants help out the grasshopper and take him out of the winter and make him survive. Fuck that. You know what? You chose your role, right? I suffered so long to try to get what I needed to get. You're not like me. You're not like us. You're not like us. That's what I'm thinking right here. It's like, though we might share the same blood child, we are not alike at all. You stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane. You made your bed, lay in it. I have to focus on what I'm focusing on right now. This is that don't throw your pearls to swine energy. Um, they're not like us. Okay? Give me more information on this. Oh, that one flipped over. Look at that one flipped over. And it's the Fool card in reverse. That's telling you don't be a fool. Okay? And it says here, Four of Cups. If you take their offer, all you're going to do is start crying about how sad it is, how sad it is. All these, why don't they understand? Why don't they understand how much I'm trying to help them? And why do they keep doing this to me? I'm just trying to be a good person. It's time for you to be that a-hole, okay? And move away from them. Six of Swords. Move away from that sadness. Don't be a fool. Move away from that sadness and start focusing on you being independent, free, and making it rain. That's literally the making it rain card for me. Okay, because he's like sitting in his gems and whatever. In other words, keep your coin purse to yourself. This is for you. Your blessings are for you, and let them receive the swords that they've been sending out to the world. It's kind of like this is the way of Aquarius. Okay, the way of Aquarius is you will reveal yourself for what you are. Your fruit will be exactly you will your fruit will be exactly what you have planted in the ground. If you planted shit, you will get a shit tree. Okay, but if you planted fruit, you will get fruit. And that's just the way it is, because it's time for everybody to realize that we are not supposed to be Jesus in the cross for everybody else. I mean, the story was literally saying Jesus died on the cross for me. So why are you dying on the cross for somebody else? You done told Jesus he's not good enough. You done told Jesus you don't want him in the cross. You done told Jesus that you don't think he did a good job. And so you're taking him off and you're putting yourself in there. Does that make sense? No. So it's like, please don't cry to me. Cry to Jesus. Because I can't do anything. May God's will be done. We help those that show that they're like us, right? That they are trying, that they're moving forward. They're like us. That's your prójimo. That's the person that you're supposed to help. People that, and it doesn't matter the color, it doesn't matter the sexual orientation, it doesn't matter anything. It doesn't matter. If the person is strongly trying, they're doing their education thing, they're trying to heal their wounds, they're trying to do everything they have to do so they can go forward. That is like me. It doesn't matter anything of their background. That is like me, because I've worked on myself and I'm doing my education and I'm doing everything that I have to do, and I see me in them. And that is, I'm going to give you the seeds for, here's some seeds, plant them. And because they're like you, they'll take those seeds and they'll plant them. But if they're not like you and you give them the seeds, you know what that is? Throwing your pearls to swine. Because all they're going to do is trample it and say, why the hell are you giving me this shit? Why don't you just give me the money? Why do I have to actually do the work? You have so much. You're such a selfish asshole. No, I'm not. This is what I'm seeing here. This is the difference between the people. Okay? Next thing that we have going on after that, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, is the new moon in the sign of Leo. New moon in the sign of Leo is planting seeds. Now that we're talking so much about seeds, it's planting seeds into the future that you want. Which one do I want to do for that? Wait a second. Oh, this is strange. They're giving me these spoons. I will do these then. Um, this is great because it's moving you towards your passion, your desire, the thing that you really want to create in your reality. The bad thing is unhealed people will create more of the mess that they fall back into, the unhealthy habits. But I mean, like I said, it just depends on your energy. So let's find out what this new moon is going to bring you. First thing right off the bat is the Nine of Waters. That's a wish fulfillment. That is a wish. The next thing is the Six of Stones upside down. What? Hold on. The Maid of Stones and the Fool card. The Fool card came out again, you guys. Okay. This is going to sound really harsh, but just listen, okay? That new moon, what's going to happen is that the wishes that all these people had towards you, right? Why do they always have good luck? I don't understand, blah, blah, blah. And throwing you all that salt, that wish is going to be returned to them. And with this Page of Stones, because I think if you see she's holding a hagstone, it helps you see things that other people can't see, like the fairy realm, right? I feel what is happening is that you will be given the eyes to see the truth of these people. Again, you will see the shit tree that they are growing because of their foolish acts, because they're being foolish. And in the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Skies. They're going to be crying because of the Two of Waters, what they connected to. And this is judgment. I mean, you're going to see their judgment fall upon them. Is that you? No. Your job is simply to stay in your lane, to control your passions. Do not save them. Do not try to rescue them. Do not try to give them a whole mess of advice or whatever. You stay in your lane, focus on what's you. And they have to focus on what's them. If you try to beat Jesus on the cross, you will die. That is what this is telling you. Because they will sacrifice you like they did him. And they do know what they're doing. The last thing is Mercury entering Virgo. This is a great time of planning. This is a great time of connections. But there's also that distortion of Mercury retrograde. So it's like you start analyzing all the, you're looking back at all the connections you've made. You look at all the planning you've made. You look at how you've made it with certain people. And then you start seeing how you've distorted yourself in certain ways by connecting to the wrong people. That's what that tells me for this energy. So let's find out how that's going to affect you. I actually want the garbage pail, kids. Rocking my 80s. Look at that. It first came out this way, but then turned over, and it's the Tower card. With the Star card. With the Magician, holy crap, and the High Priestess. That energy of the Mercury entering Virgo that starts the 28th and continues to the following month is crazy significant for you. Because what I'm feeling here is this energy where you're going to avoid a tower moment, like you're going to avoid a problem that was going to be provoked by these individuals. You're going to avoid it. And then you're going to realize how much your connections were making you lose out on stuff. And then you call back your power and awaken your inner knowledge. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Coins with the Strength card. You get prudence. Like, prudence is the energy of knowing what you should invest on, what you shouldn't invest on, who cares about you, who doesn't care about you, who has the best interest for you, who doesn't have the best interest to you, what you should invest in, what not. That goes with the Queen of Coins because she doesn't put money into something that she shouldn't put money in it, right? She knows how to save for a rainy day. She knows how to balance her budget. It's knowing how to control your impulses, dragon, to stay safe in your life. And this has another major arcana. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and 5 of them are major arcana, and then followed by the devil card. Literally, you overcome your devil energy where you wanted to be everybody's freaking savior. You know, one of the things that is really hard for a person when they're starting to get healed is the fact that you're starting to realize all the times that you've misstepped, all the times you've fallen, all the times you've gone in the wrong direction, right? And then you try to help others avoid that for themselves. But you don't realize that that person hasn't experienced the same things as you, might not be in the same energetic level as you, and they find it like judgment, like if you're judging them, when the reality is you're not judging no one, you're giving advice, but they're sensitive because they are insecure about what they're doing, and instead of actually reflecting on what you're saying, they're literally making you the bad guy when they're the ones making the decisions. This is something really, really natural from the human, I want to say, mindset, right? um I've lived long enough to realize that the best advice is the one you don't give. Sometimes people really do need to fall in their face. Sometimes people really do need to get burned. Sometimes people really do need to get hurt before they realize, hey, maybe that decision was wrong for me. And so that's where I'm at right now in my life. Like, if you ask my advice or if you ask my guidance, I will tell it to you once. Once. Afterwards, if I notice that what I told you before fell on deaf ears, my response will be, I don't know. What do you think? Did you meditate on it? That's my way of saying, I'm not getting involved. It sounds like a not me problem. Did you meditate on it? Um, well, let God's will be done. Let go and let God. In other words, let karma fall onto you how it's supposed to be, because I don't know what you did that caused you to fall into this pattern, and it's time for you to pay attention to the patterns that you have in your life that makes you fall this way. That's what's going to happen. You're going to fall into this energy where you're going to realize, holy shit, this entire time I've been trying to save them from themselves, and I'm the bad guy because I'm trying to save them from themselves. Yeah, that's how people are. They're crazy. But I feel like you're going to end up being okay at the end of this. Just a lot of revelations. Just a lot of, okay, I'm over it. And all of us have to get there. And it's because on the 8A portal, we're kind of splitting. Um, so be mindful that there's going to be a lot of people that will no longer be in your life after this. Okay? I hope this helps you. And we'll see you the next time.